Get ready for some wow on the Signature Mike Show.
I got that wow. Who wants some hands up right now? We got that. Turn it up loud. I know you're wondering how. I got that wow.
I wanted to take a moment and discuss 9/11. Today is September 11th, and I wanted to take some time for us to think about our heroes and our first responders from our nation's tragedy 24 years ago. I don't know where you were. I was living in Washington, D.C., 3 blocks from the White House. I felt like I lived in a war zone. There were machine guns on tripods. People were trying to get out of the city because there were all of these alerts. There were bombs at the Capitol and the White House. I mean, it just was absolutely an insane time. But anyway, we made it through it thanks to our first responders and our heroes, many of who lost their lives that day. So please take some time today and thank a first responder for what they do to keep us safe in our country. Today is also the day of my late mother's birthday. So she had a twin sister, Aunt May. So I wanted to say happy birthday, Aunt May, as well. So I have some great guests today. I have Beth Crandall from Be Healthy Medical Weight Loss and Energy, and I have an amazing guest, a beekeeper, Will Patton. So Will, thanks for joining me today. I appreciate you being here. You were on our show a month or so ago talking about tables for games.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes, and I hope you've made some sales. I mean, people were very energized about your tables.
Yeah, and the segment was a lot of fun to be on.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, who knew you were also a beekeeper?
I'm a jack of all trades, I guess you would say.
Wow, and you brought some amazing props here today.
Yeah, so this is actually a frame of honey out of a hive that I took out this morning.
Wow, I asked you when I saw this, I'm like, does it get stale? Or
no.
You said you're going to put it back in. I didn't know if.
Yeah, so honey lasts forever.
Okay.
Once it's cured, so the white part that's covered in what's called wax capping, that is finished honey. It is ready to consume right now. The stuff in the bottom, that's actually nectar that whatever's in bloom right now, the bees bringing in, and then they dehydrate it. And once they dehydrate it, they put that wax capping on, and then it's ready to eat. Once it is in honey, once it's actually honey, it will last thousands of years.
Wow, thousands of years. That's amazing. I'm going to ask some silly questions because I'm learning along with everybody else. I mean, do the bees live in these little cells as well?
They're actually born in very similar cells. So a hive is normally, if you saw that picture that I had earlier, it's there's different areas of the hive. Okay. And the bottom is called the brood box. That's where the queen lives.
Okay.
She lays up to 1,000 eggs a day.
There's the
that's
picture.
actually the biggest beehive I've ever had before. There's probably 250,000 bees in that beehive.
So the hive runs through all of those boxes?
Yes. So the entrance is at the bottom, and the brood chamber is at the bottom. And that's where the queen lays all of her eggs. She lays about 1,000 eggs a day in the springtime.
Okay.
So that means that every day about 1,000 eggs or bees are being born, and they're born in they look like cells that are just like this. And then on top, the upper boxes are all full of honey. Those boxes on top weigh upwards of 80 to 100 pounds each.
Wow. And you pulled this out of one of those boxes.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
And they didn't mind that you disturbed them.
It depends on the hive. The temperament, it kind of depends. My bees right now are they're very nice.
Okay. Look at all of those bees there. What are some of the different types of bees that are in a hive?
The vast majority of the bees in a hive are worker bees, about 95%. Those are all the female bees.
Okay.
Another small percentage, and I can see them. You may not be able to see them, but the male bees are called drones. And then there's one queen bee in the hive, and she's in there as well. I don't have a laser pointer or anything, but she's in there as well. And like I said, she lays all the eggs. The queen, though, is not in charge. You would think that the queen would be the lone bee in charge, but the bees kind of work as a whole unit. And they communicate in very odd and strange ways, but they all work together as a complete unit, almost like a one brain. Is all the bees together.
You said 95% female, 5% male.
Approximately, yeah. It depends on the season.
Okay.
So you can get I can go off.
Okay.
But when the queen lays an egg, she will determine when she lays the egg if it's going to be a male or a female bee.
Oh my goodness!
And
wow.
If it's a female bee, it takes 3 weeks from the time that she lays an egg to the time they'll be born, and then they will live in the springtime and summer about 6 weeks. So they spend the first couple weeks in the hive doing all sorts of different hive activities, and then they become foragers, and they spend the last 2 to 4 weeks of their life foraging. They fly 3 miles in every direction around a colony, and they know exactly which one is theirs.
Oh my gosh! What is the life cycle of a bee?
So it'll start as an egg, and then it'll hatch out into a larva. and then you can see that in the hive. And then after about 6 or 7 days, they'll cover it up with a wax capping, very similar to the one that we have here. And then it'll sit there until it's about 3 weeks when it pops out. And then it'll live for about 6 weeks. Now, the drones are similar. They'll live about 2 months or so. The queen, though, is a special bee. She can live up to 2 or 3 years long.
Wow, okay.
As long as she's healthy, she'll just keep laying eggs.
And innately, these bees know what they're supposed to do, what their job is.
They know from the second they're born what their job is.
Smart little critters.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, okay. And I'm wearing a butterfly shirt today, and you were telling me they're pollinators as well as, as bees.
Bees are super important pollinators, but so are butterflies, and there's many other insects as well that are pollinators.
Gotcha. Show us some of the other tools you have
Yeah,
here.
so this is a smoker. I smoke all my hives, even if they're calm. The reason for that is it triggers a natural instinct for them to prepare themselves in case there's a forest fire.
Okay.
And what they do is they all go and gorge honey. And it keeps them distracted from you because they're thinking about, I need to fill my belly up in case we got to fly off.
Oh my
gosh. So they go eat honey.
Okay.
This is my hive tool. This is what I use to pull all the frames out.
Okay.
I couldn't do anything without that.
All right.
And then, of course, you have the frame itself. And then on the other side is all the fun stuff that you get out of it.
Okay.
So, of course, honey is the main thing. A good, healthy hive, that one that you saw the picture of,
Wow.
probably yielded about 200 pounds of honey off of that one
Oh
hive.
my goodness, look at that.
And then, of course, wax. That tray right there is that's
Yes.
raw wax that has been rendered down.
Wow.
And then my mom actually, I give all the wax to her, and she does all sorts of fun stuff like make candles or lip balm or
Okay.
lotions or
Wow.
all sorts of good stuff.
Yeah, and the lip balm as well. Wow, fantastic. Well, your mom's a busy person because I know she also felts your game tables.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love it. Why are bees so important?
Well, pollination. We could not have our society without pollinators because plants have to be most plants have to be pollinated to yield any sort of fruit. So almonds, for example, are an extremely important one. If there are no pollinators to go into the almond trees, then they just will not produce anything.
Wow.
And same thing goes for most other fruits and vegetables. They need some sort of pollination to yield any sort of fruit.
Okay. Have you been stung?
Oh, hundreds of times. I'm very used to it.
Yeah. I got stung as a child by a wasp, which was a little different. And
Yeah.
I was chasing, I thought it was a butterfly. And, I remember getting stung, but that hurts.
Yeah, it hurt the first time. The first 100 times it hurt. Now I ignore it now.
Do you wear the suit sometimes?
Of course, yeah. I'm
Okay.
not crazy. I see those people that work the beehives with nothing on, and I'd probably, the bees that I have now are very calm. I probably could work it with nothing on, but I don't want to get stung in the face.
Yeah, absolutely. So how do you take care of them like on a day-to-day basis? What
So
do you
the
do?
springtime is the most important time because that's when they're growing. They will go from, in February, there may be 5,000 to 10,000 bees in the colony.
Okay.
By the end of June, there will be 250,000. And you have to stay on top of it because if you don't, they'll swarm. And what I mean by stay on top of it, you have to make sure that they have plenty of space and they have plenty of frames to build more wax so they have room to lay more eggs and put more honey. Because if you don't, they will swarm. And what swarming is their natural reproductive colonies, is how colonies grow, is when a colony gets too big for a space, about half the colony and the queen will fly to a new location and start a new colony, and the other colony will raise a new queen and continue forward. But you don't want that to happen. You want the big strong hives because the big strong hives means more honey.
Absolutely, gotcha. Well, we hear these stories that there are less bees than there used to be, which, we need bees. So
Absolutely.
what is pesticides, things like that, creating issues?
There's a lot of, pesticides are certainly an issue. There's also pests. There's some invasive species called varroa mites and then hive beetles that will just wreck a hive if you don't take care of them.
Oh, wow.
But there's also just, this past winter was one of the worst winters ever on record for bees. Even the big commercial beekeepers were losing more than 60 to 70% of their colonies.
Was it colder or something?
No, there's an open debate on what exactly happened, but across the country, there's a lot of bee loss. So it's very important for, beekeepers to stay up on it, not just in terms of the hobby and having honey and the wax and the fun stuff out of it, but just as to keep society going because we can't have our food if we don't have our bees.
Absolutely, we need the bees. Where can people find you? You have a great website.
Well, Tables for Games is
Yes,
my
of
company.
course, yes.
Yeah, so that's where you can find me if you like a game table.
Okay.
And then if you want honey, just become a friend or family. and
Tables for
yeah,
Games.
Absolutely.
I see. Okay, fantastic. Well, great. Well, thank you for being here. This is interesting. We're going to have Will's kids. They're here in the studio, and we're going to have them on at the end to say hello as well. Stay tuned. Beth Crandall from Bee Healthy next on the Signature Mike Show.
Welcome to Dink Pickleball on Fears Ferry Road. Stop by our pro shop for exclusive paddles, gear, and apparel that keeps you looking sharp. With 9 state-of-the-art courts, there's always room for your next rally. Our private event space makes every celebration unforgettable. Refuel with chef-curated food, cool off with ice-cold drinks, and catch the action from our loft's perfect view. New to pickleball? Learn from the best with classes taught by our pickleball pros. No membership required.
There's something special about mornings at Emma's Cafe, where days begin with a smile, fresh brewed coffee, and breakfast that makes you feel right at home. Try our famous Bulldog breakfast, classic biscuits and gravy, or treat yourself to an unforgettable French toast. Come see us Monday through Saturday from 7 to 1 on Main Street in beautiful Thompson, Georgia. Emma's Cafe, where breakfast is more than a meal, it's a moment.
Come on, let's make this woman shine all day. Let's make this world do everything you say. It's so easy and so fun to feel this way. To feel this way.
The ultimate driving machine for everyone at Taylor BMW.
Imagine a life filled with energy, adventure, and clarity, where each day is a new opportunity. At Be Healthy Medical Weight Loss, we're here to turn that vision into reality. With over 15 years of experience in the Augusta area, our specialists are dedicated to guiding your health journey. Whether you want to lose 10 pounds or 100, trust our experts to get you to your goals confidently and safely. Buzz on over to 4150 Washington Road so you can thrive at the Hive.
You saw right there, buzz on over to the Hive. Like I have, I'm down 14 pounds. It is an amazing process. I'm still enjoying food. It's great. And I have our show's nutritionist, Beth Crandall from Be Healthy Medical Weight Loss. Thanks for being here.
Yeah,
Thanks for getting me in shape and wearing clothes I haven't worn in 2 years.
You're looking great.
Well, I feel great. That's the thing. Yeah, it's a lifestyle and I feel really good.
I'm loving this outfit, by the way.
Yeah, well, you told me let's wear some yellow today,
yes.
and so I have the yellow pants and I have the butterflies because we're talking about pollination and bees.
It's so funny, and I have my butterfly necklace on.
I like
we
it.
We didn't even plan that
We
part.
think alike. What are we making today that's healthy?
So, I heard the bee man was coming, so I wanted to do like a little play on honey.
Okay.
So today we're going to use our home style pancakes with fiber, which is super important when you're on a weight loss journey. You're just trying to be healthy. We all need to get about 25 grams of fiber in a day. So we have bananas that are a good source of fiber. We got our pancakes, and then honey is a good energy source. The bee man told me that.
Okay. The bee man.
And so it makes sense because we're Be Healthy and we do B12 shots. I was like, duh.
Hello.
Goodness
Yeah.
gracious,
Yeah.
how did I not put that together? But so today we're going to make up some little waffles with our pancake mix. So
Okay.
I'm famous for using these little.
I love these.
Dash waffle maker. Last time I did the ice cream maker by them, and I just love it.
I have something like this that makes little eggs, the egg whites.
Yes.
I like
Okay.
those.
So all I did was add about 2 ounces of water to our Be Healthy pancake
Yes,
mix.
I get those at your store. Yes, at your
and they're
business there.
low calorie, high fiber, and low carb.
Awesome.
So we're gonna put a little bit. I just sprayed it with a little bit of butter spray.
Put it
Yeah,
down.
just a little bit more.
Okay, and then down we
close
go?
it. Mhm.
Okay.
And while that's kind of cooking up, we're gonna cut up some of our bananas. And bananas are really good for you. However, if you're on a low carb plan, you do want to be careful because they are one of the higher sources of carbs in a fruit.
Okay.
So a lot of times at Be Healthy, when I'm talking about nutrition, I encourage people to do like low glycemic fruits like berries, watermelon, cantaloupe.
Yeah, I do blueberries a lot.
That's great.
Yeah.
And then any berry is usually like a low sugar, but grapes and bananas tend to be the higher sugar fruits.
Yeah,
So
of
just
course.
do so in moderation.
Right.
And it's fine to do it. We always talk about balance, but it's fine to have those because a lot
Yeah.
of people love grapes and
Yeah,
bananas.
well, there's always great options.
Yes. So we're going to check on this while this is cooking.
Oh my
that was quick.
goodness. Yes. Do I need to get a plate?
Yes,
I
that
will
would be
grab
great.
that.
So I'm going to just scoop that out because we're going to make a little bit of a protein waffle with almond butter, bananas, and a drizzle of honey.
Gotcha.
So it's a great little breakfast, or, well, let's let it cook just another minute.
Boy, that cooks fast.
It does. It's awesome.
I like, and it doesn't make a mess.
You can do like eggs, like you said in this. I've seen, it does make a mess sometimes.
Oh, did you make a little mess?
So tell
that's
me
nice.
some of the things you've been enjoying on our plan.
Well, I take a B12 shot, and I take the Skinny Bee shot, which burns fat.
That's right.
So I do those, and then just eating my breakfast. A lot of times is protein. It's eggs, sausage or bacon, a little bit of that, and I get this low carb bread. So I make a little toast. I get a no sugar. It's not a jelly. It's a jam.
Oh yeah.
So I have that for lunch. Sometimes just a roll up. With some lunch meat and maybe another slice of bacon.
Oh, yummy. I love bacon.
I love that. And dinners, I like salads. And, I might get a burger, and people say, oh, order it without the bun. I order it regular because they don't make it the same. And so I don't have to eat the bun.
Oh, wow. Yep. I do that sometimes, too, when I'm doing low carb.
Yes.
I typically will do low carb if I'm feeling like I'm starting to not maintain my weight. I am in maintenance right now, so sorry, I'm going to use my fingers to
Yeah,
put the
absolutely.
bananas.
Yeah. I'll grab a fork.
Yes, if you have one, that would be great. So we're going to put some bananas on our top of our pancake.
Yeah, well, that looks really good. We talked about Elvis. He liked
yes.
peanut butter and banana. I love Whiskey Bar. My friends own the Whiskey Bar down on Broad Street, and they have a TCB burger, Taking Care of Business Elvis burger, and it has peanut butter and bananas. I love
And you
it.
said
It's
it was
so good. My friends think
good.
I'm crazy. It's so good.
I'm going to have to try that. It sounds weird, but now you have me interested in seeing what
Yeah.
it tastes like.
Yeah.
So with the pancake, it has fiber and it has protein. It's also a lower carb protein mix. We sell it at Be Healthy. I put some almond butter, which is also a good source of fat and protein.
Yes.
And then we're going to use Will's honey.
Okay.
It's actually your honey.
Oh, my honey.
But
Okay,
we're
this is what
gonna
I'm taking home.
We're just
I can't
still
wait. This is great.
So we're just going to drizzle a little bit on top to finish off.
I hear when you're sick and you put honey in your tea, you should use local honey. So
Yes,
that's
that's
very important.
It is.
It's better than other honey because there's something, if you have a local sickness
See if
or
we can
something.
drizzle it on there.
Yeah. It's a little thick, but yeah.
Yeah.
My gosh. It
He
looks
warned me
so
about that, but that's
good.
okay. And honey is just like a, natural source of sweetness, so it's perfect in moderation, of course. You don't want to overdo it
Yeah.
with anything.
I love when you're on the show because I'm usually hungry by this time of day.
Yeah.
So I can
you think
always
that's
have a
enough
bite.
honey?
Do you mind if I have a bite?
Of course. I want you
Yeah.
to try it and tell me.
Okay. Oh my
Okay,
gosh, it
Elvis.
looks so good.
Elvis, try it out.
Thank you very much. I used to do Elvis impersonations.
I know, I
That's
love
another
that.
story.
Doesn't he have a song? No. That's something different. I was going to say he has a song about honey, but I think it's.
Oh my
Is it good?
goodness,
I'm gonna
that
try
is
it.
so good. Yeah, I haven't had a banana in a while because they are higher in carbs, but I could take blueberries would be great with that, and with the
Yes.
honey, gosh, that
Okay.
would be so yummy. So you have a variety,
I always
isn't?
surprise myself every time.
It's amazing, isn't it? It's
How
so
good it
good.
is.
You carry at Be Healthy there on Washington Road. You carry a lot of these food items in the boxes, and I've seen
do.
you've grown that. I was there yesterday, and
Yes.
I've seen that you've grown your pantry even more.
So
Yeah.
we do carry these. These are a great little breakfast item. We have oatmeal, we have protein bars, protein water, which one of my favorites is the pineapple orange, but it helps you get your water in and then also get that 100 grams of protein in a day.
Yeah, gotcha.
I always talk about protein, but it is
Yeah,
super
yeah.
important for weight loss.
I'm trying to think. There was a lemon something. There's a chocolate
lemon
something.
meringue
All
bar.
of that. I mean, because
Yes.
I buy a little bit of everything of it, and it's so nice. I had the stroganoff noodles the other day. They were
know,
really
that was
good. So yummy. Thank you for being here as always and for
course,
feeding
yes.
my hungry belly. Stay tuned.
I'm sorry, can I talk
Let's
about
talk
the
about it
special?
at the end. We'll
Sounds
make sure.
good.
Yeah, stay tuned. You want to hear what Beth has to say. I'll be right back with a great design dilemma. Be right back.
Remember when a handshake meant something? At F&M Bank, it still does. Here, you're greeted with a smile, called by name, and treated like family. We believe in people over profits, and we're proud to grow with Washington and Augusta, Georgia, and all the communities we call home. F&M Bank, hometown banking, timeless service.
Hi, Suzanne Lilly Henny Michael here with Harbor Floors & More. For years, we've been talking about our flooring and lighting gallery, but did you know we are also your one-stop shop for wallpaper? Today, more than ever, wallpaper is the most popular home design element by combining both color and texture. So Hardwood Floors & More has you covered from floor to ceiling. And don't forget, we offer interest-free financing throughout our showroom and a military discount. Discover for yourself why Hardwood Floors & More has so much more in store for you.
Ever wonder what truly makes a house a home? It's all the thoughtful touches, all the little details that bring personality and character to any space. At Signature Interiors and Gifts, we believe that your home should be as unique as you are. Our collection is a treasure trove of inspiration, just waiting for you to explore. Our team would be honored to help you create a home that's not just lived in, but truly loved. Signature Interiors and Gifts, where every corner of your home tells your story.
It's hard to know where to start when shopping for home or kitchen appliances, but you can count on Kelly Appliance for exceptional value and dedicated customer service. Family owned and operated since 1962, their friendly and knowledgeable staff will see you through the entire process, from selecting the right product to experienced delivery and installation. It's no wonder that Kelly Appliance is consistently awarded for their service and expertise. Visit Kelly Appliance at one of their 2 convenient locations in Martinez and Aiken.
Design Dilemma brought to you by DNS Painting. Thank you for staying with us today. I love when you write to me and give me a design dilemma. So this wonderful lady emailed me. She said, "Hello, Mike. I love your show." We can just stop right there. I don't need to go on. Not joking. "Can you help me with a curtain window treatment? It's a small area and I don't want the curtains to overpower the area. Attached is a photo of the area. It is a high ceiling, 11 foot with 4 recessed lights." Thank you, Louise Wolf. Louise, again, thank you for writing in. So let me show you the pictures that Louise sent in. So you'll take a look there. A couple things I want to point out. First of all, Louise, I have to say, I see you've painted an accent wall behind that big cabinet there on the right. That is fantastic. I had a design dilemma last week with a client had a bookcase, and I said, paint that wall a color to kind of, make it pop. So that works really, really well. But I can see the issue with your window. Take a look at the next picture, because I asked her to send this other picture because I wanted to see the ceiling height there. Again, one thing I love, she added that little trim up there because she has a tall ceiling. That helps take care of some of that space. But that window treatment is just a little tight. And take a look, you'll see that window treatment is right on the trim of that window. So we need to open all of this up. I'm going to draw a little picture here. We have several options, of course. We could certainly do these shades that I make. I make these Roman shades all the time. We could do a shade that fits within the trim, and that wouldn't be much. You can kind of let it down, or you could pull it all the way up. And you can do that with a neutral fabric. I don't know that you want to bring a lot of impact on that wall. However, you do have some tall pieces in there. You had the big clock, and then you had the bookcase. I'm thinking we do need a window treatment, maybe the panels, but you have a very busy print. So to keep things so they're not overpowering, as you said, if we have the floor and we have this tall window and then you had your trim and then you had your ceiling up here, you had that little trim piece in here, I'd come up with some panels. And again, I call them wall panels. I'd put them more on the wall than the window. We want to open all of that up. We could do individual little rods if you wanted over each panel. We could do one long rod if you wanted with finials on the end. But keep it clean, maybe something neutral, maybe with a drapery tape here on the leading edge, like I like to do sometimes, but something like that. I see you had a blind in there, so that could work too. You could always do a shutter, but you don't want to overpower, like you said, so that might be a little heavy. But I would do something neutral, do the panels on the wall, pull them up, maybe 6-9 inches under your little trim piece up here. Take advantage of that ceiling height. I love it. You could always paint this trim and this part here and this up to the ceiling the same color as well. And then your color here. But anyway, I think you're on the right track, and I hope that helped you out. Stay tuned. I'll be back with my guest for the day.
What if the perfect pair of shoes could transform more than just your outfit?
At Signature Soles and Apparel, it's not just about fashion, it's about finding the pieces that make you feel confident, unique, and ready to take on the world. From stunning shoes to statement outfits and accessories, every item is carefully chosen to help you express your personality. Let our friendly team help you discover your next favorite look. Signature Soles and Apparel, where every step you take feels beautifully you.
Welcome to Dink Pickleball on Fierce Ferry Road. Stop by our pro shop for exclusive paddles, gear, and apparel that keeps you looking sharp. With 9 state-of-the-art courts, there's always room for your next rally. Our private event space makes every celebration unforgettable. Refuel with chef-curated food, cool off with ice-cold drinks, and catch the action from our loft's perfect view. New to pickleball? Learn from the best with classes taught by our pickleball pros. No membership required.
Imagine a life filled with energy, adventure, and clarity, where each day is a new opportunity. At Be Healthy Medical Weight Loss, we're here to turn that vision into reality. With over 15 years of experience in the Augusta area, our specialists are dedicated to guiding your health journey. Whether you want to lose 10 pounds or 100, trust our experts to get you to your goals confidently and safely. Buzz on over to 4150 Washington Road so you can thrive at the Hive.
And we're back with my guests for the day, and Will has his kids here. Tell us their names, Will.
This is Levitt, and this is Wynn.
Levitt and Wynn. Did y'all have fun today in the studio? Yeah. I hear you're going to get a tour around the studio today, too. Are you excited? Yeah, it's a beautiful studio. I can't thank you all enough. You're a great marketing team here
absolutely.
with your T-shirts, Tables for Games. You need to check it out, and you need to go back and watch. I don't know which episode it was, but take a look on YouTube. You can go to our YouTube channel, and you can see Will's segment on Tables for Games. A really, really great story, and it's a local business you're supporting. As is Be Healthy Medical Weight Loss, and you know, here we go, the whole picture. Where am I going here? There you go. I mean, I haven't worn these pants in 2 years, Beth. Thank you so much for all of your help.
You're awesome.
Yeah, when you go to Be Healthy, you meet with Beth. You all have something coming up as well.
We do. We're actually honoring first responders this month. So at Be Healthy, First Responder Fridays is launching. And so first responders, firefighters, EMTs, sheriff, military, on Fridays will get 15% off a weight loss package and also a free either B12 shot or immunity shot. So.
Fantastic. That's amazing. Yeah, and the B12 is one that I get.
Or B12, whatever they want.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, there you go. First responders, we're dedicated to you because you're dedicated to us. We can't thank you enough, especially on this tragic day. Tragic day. But check us out on YouTube, the Signature Mike channel. You can catch all the episodes. And if you have a design dilemma, email me at mike@signaturemike.com like Louise did. I love sharing ideas and solving your problems. So email us, check us out, YouTube, Facebook. We are everywhere, as are all of us. Kiddos, thanks for being here today. I appreciate it. You made it so fun. I appreciate it. We will see you next time on the Signature Mike Show. Thanks for having us in your living room today.